Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Appreciate the support whenever you're watching this video. My name is Joe Josh. I go by iChart Daily. Today is Tuesday, January 16th, 2024. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you a technical analysis breakdown, a window to my thought process on how I do DXY, Bitcoin, and XRP. I see a couple things that could be playing out, and I wanted to interpret it to you. First things first, this is not financial advice. This is for educational purposes only. This is a window to my thought process, and we're just chit-chatting about a bunch of hypotheticals, right? So, first things first, 12 days ago I posted Bitcoin DXY technical analysis. One's going up, the other might. And I was talking about the DXY finding support at major support, which was the 101 level, and we were getting bullish divergence from these time frames to show me that we potentially could have a short-term reversal back to, let's just say here, like the 104 to potentially, let's do it right, Cuzzy. 104.27 to potentially the 104.96. Now, why did I say that? Well, the first thing I look for is bullish or bearish divergence. And what that means is the price was doing nothing for 2-3 weeks, but yet the indicators were showing us that we were potentially having a change in momentum for the better, right? If you're having a death cross potentially on the horizon and your RSI looks like it's about to break the moving average, we have seen negative price action. Regardless of the ticker that I click on, those skills can be used across the board. So the two indicators that I use, one is a MACD. This is a trend indicator. Your trend lines go with the trend indicator. So if trend is coming down, your trend lines come down. If trend is going up, trend lines go up. And now we look like we're about to have a golden cross on a weekly chart. Every bar represents a week of trading. And once we break this 50 line right here, I see a clear as day inverse head and shoulders. Once we break the 50 line, we are now in section A. When you are in section A, it shows that you have room to grow until it is extremely overbought, and you have now the probability of making a higher high. What I mean by that is this high here went to 102, this high here went to 103, the next one's going to come in and line up right about here, cuzzy, 103.98. I will then look at the RSI to see if it's extremely overbought at major resistance to line up if this is the end. Well, what's the overall trend? You can see here the overall trend. You have to zoom out. You have to zoom out and look at the overall picture to see what's really going on here, cuz. So, first things first, you can see these white lines. This is the long-term trend all the way from 2008, regardless of how you feel or what the news is telling you. We did this, 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 this. You could say staying between these two lines. And we're at this pivotal point right here where we went from the 89 all the way to the 114, and we came down and found this little midterm support. So we need to see if, let's zoom in. You can see the midterm trend is this. We went from 114 down to this 101 level, back up to the 104, back to the 101, back to the 104, fake out to the 99, but back to the 101. And here is your second macro high, the 106 compared to the 114. So I'm expecting another lower high, once again, right here. And the reason why I say that is you can see clear as day where that next resistance level is, right there, right about the 104 to potentially the 104.18 to the 104.76, and we could see a wick to the 105.28. So once again, I like to choose 3 levels. I'm not trading the DXY. I just want to line up the 70 line, right, with these levels here to figure out if we are then going to start getting some bearish divergence closer to like March or in April 2024, which will help us understand that once the DXY starts to come down, well then the Bitcoin market starts to go up. It's just that simple. So Now that we understand the DXY has a couple of weeks to grow, we look at Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin, the most important trend that I could teach you guys is on the weekly chart, regardless of all the noise, the ETF, all the bad noise like Silk Road and all these countries banning it. The most important thing is on the weekly chart, the price has always used and come back to the 11 and 21 day moving average and used it as support when the sentiment was bullish. When it is bearish, it comes back to the moving average and uses it as resistance until the long-term trend changes and you start seeing, guess what happened right here? A golden cross, right? A golden cross, a golden cross. So right now we remain positive and bullish on the monthly, and we remain bullish and positive on the MACD and the RSI, showing me that on the weekly chart, yeah, we can have a healthy consolidation back to, like, let's just say the 37,000 to potentially 35,000. But the most important thing is it forms another higher low. See, this is the only thing that matters, folks, is the price went here, 15,000, then went to here, 31,000, and then the next macro low is here at 25,000. So once again, everything happens in waves, but when you're bullish and in a bull market, your waves and your steps go up. So all I'm assuming is this is the most recent top, like this one here, and we have a nice little healthy consolidation while the DXY is pumping. Look at that date, March 2024, April, lining up with that blue line, which is, I mean, everyone knows what that is. That's the Bitcoin halvening. So if we have another higher low lining up with the blue line halvening, like something like this here and something like this here and something like this here, then you just need to, once again, play it safe, right? Play it safe, 2-3 levels on the way down. Put on your moving averages, line it up with major support and resistance levels, line it up with this yellow line, which has been support once, twice, 3 times, and I then look left. And when I look left, I see major support right about there, right? Major support from 33,000 to about 37,000. And if that lines up with the 11 and 21 day and your yellow trend line, well, now you're connecting the dots and you're doing more confluence trading. I am a confluence trader. I look at all of the indicators, all of the options, and then I figure out which one has the highest probability of happening. As of right now, if I was a betting man, once again, volume coming down. This is not death cross yet, so we could extend for a little and then eventually fall down to the 37.5 to potentially the 35,000. And the thing that is giving you the insight to the future is the DXY going up, right? Once again, back test it. What happened with the markets when we did this? What happened when the markets we did this? Go back. What happened in the markets when we did this? What happened in the markets when we did this? Lastly, I'll leave you with XRP. XRP right now is in this beautiful trend. This yellow, colorblind. These orange lines here. And you can see this is pretty much mid to long term. I mean, this is from June 22, cuzzy, right? Bouncing, overbought, oversold, overbought, oversold, overbought, oversold, overbought, right? And then you're here, right? So you want to buy at the bottom, sell at the top, and now you want to line up the indicators to see if you're getting bullish or bearish divergence. Right now, the most important thing on this weekly chart, and the reason why I start with the weekly and then go down, once again, long-term trends will predict your short-term outcomes. And if the long-term trend indicator is pointing down still, that means we potentially have a little bit of room to bleed back down to the 54 to maybe the 52 cents. The next thing is the RSI. You can see here, once again, section B, no bueno, right? Section A, let's just look at the price action. Well, look at that, Johnny, right? Price action here, when we went up to here, 133 down to 57, lower highs each time, right? Lower each time. And then we broke this low and made another lower low until we started forming the hidden bullish divergence. And once we broke right here, that's when we started making higher highs since March 23. So the most important thing is the weekly RSI going to stay above the 50, or are we going to break the 50? If we stay above the 50, then we stay above the 50 cents right here, right there. If we break the 50, then this trend is potentially over, and then this line is potentially over, and then you're looking at major support at 46 cents. One thing that will help you understand what's happening here is looking at the XRP versus Bitcoin chart, right? So what'll help you understand if your alt is going to stay flat, right? We want XRP, hypothetically, if you're bullish, we want XRP to not break the 52 cents. We want XRP to remain bullish and stay in this trend, because if it stays in this trend, then this is the most valuable point that you could buy XRP right now, hypothetically. Previous, it was here at 45 cents. Previous, it was here at 40 cents. You get the point, 35, 32, 29. So we need to stay above the 50, and we need to stay above the zero line, or else we break this major support level and we are heading down. Now, what will help us understand if we are staying flat is if your coin starts gaining momentum versus Bitcoin, okay? Here is XRP versus Bitcoin, not XRP versus the dollar. So we have to play this safe. We're at a major support level, this 000 whatever 1400 to potentially the 1605, and you could see here when we did break, we went down, we went down, we went down, and we're here. So I want to look at the indicators. I'll do it live with you. And the first thing you want to know, are you in section A or B? If you're in section B, meaning below the histogram and below the 50 line, nothing usually positive comes from that, cuzzy. That's just 17 years of technical analysis, and I don't care what anyone says. So, in order for XRP to remain flat, we want to see green candles coming back to the 25.47. Why? Just do your homework. Look in the past. Here, February 1st, 21. Let's look here. February 21. We went from 78 cents down to about 33 cents. Has there any time previous to that when we fell from the blue to the red? What happened here? This was May 2014. Let's go here. March, April, May. We went from 0.00844 down to 0.00374. So once again, it lines up. You're losing value versus Bitcoin. Bitcoin's about to go down. Your alt's going to come down. If you're gaining momentum versus Bitcoin, like this situation here, April 21st, April 21, let's look at April 21. April 21, right? We went from 53 cents to $1.68. So once again, you have to align all the stars to help you figure out what's going on, right? So DXY is about to go up. Bitcoin's about to consolidate. Another thing that shows me that is this. We officially broke the 70 line. We're making lower highs and lower lows, and we're officially below the 70 line. This shows me what? We have room to bleed back to the 50, which still remains in section A, still remains bullish, still remains around 35 to 37,000. Once again, high or low each time. So with that being said, if Bitcoin does poo-poo right now and falls to about 37 to 35, I'm going to assume if this comes down that XRP is going to break this trend and go to the downside. The downside being around 42 cents to potentially 35 cents. And then this would be like one big bear flag. If we start seeing XRP versus Bitcoin come up, I would put an alert right here at the point blah 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 1494. I want to know if we break this high here, and if this is the bottom. Then if we start coming up and Bitcoin starts coming down, then XRP remains flat. And then once Bitcoin consolidates, forms its new bottom at the 35,000, right? Let's play devil's advocate, right? XRP gains value versus Bitcoin, showing me that XRP stays in the orange trend and XRP doesn't break, let's just say, the 52 cents. And this is the next best buying opportunity. What happens when you're gaining momentum in Bitcoin and then Bitcoin goes up when the DXY is coming down? your coin then looks really good versus the dollar. And guess what happens? We go from support back to resistance of, let's just say, the 77 to 82 cents. These levels right about there. So now that you understand what could happen, we start setting alerts, cuzzy, right? First things first, we want to know if the RSI breaks to 50, right? This level right here. We are making lower highs, but we are making higher lows. It's forming like a symmetrical triangle, right? 1, 2. So you can see here we could come back up and see this resistance level right about here again of the 58 to the 60. If we do that, then we're back in section A. We have hope to not breaking the 55 cents, right? And that's it, really. You know, Bitcoin goes back to the 30-something thousand, and then XRP consolidates, stays flat because you're gaining momentum versus Bitcoin. If we fall from here, right, and you can see here we had like a little dead cat bounce, but we're using this 1387 level as resistance now. I'm setting 2 alerts here. I want to know if we come back into this blue section, which is great. Set an alert here. And then I want to know if we're breaking this level right here, 1293, which was your major support level. So let's put an alert right here. And now you have everything prepared for. Once again, it's like chess. You could only move for the next move, right? You could only prepare for the next move, but you could speculate for the next 7 to 10 moves, right? So you need to speculate if we go down and this goes up, this goes down, what happens? What happens if this goes up and then this goes down, this goes up? What happens? Now that you understand we're not in the greatest part and we have room to bleed with bearish divergence playing out, doesn't look great. I'm thinking XRP comes back down. I'm setting an alert here at the 52 cents to notify me that the trend is changing. And then you need to watch it, right? These wicks here are great. It's showing me that we are getting bullish pressure, but the problem is we are still making lower highs each time. So we're coming to this descending triangle where you're keeping the same low but lower highs, and it's a measured move. The measured move is legit from here to here. Copy paste, it would go from here to here back to ding 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 the 52 cents if this was to play out like this. This goes from here to here. This is your descending triangle, breaks down back to here like the 50 to 52 cents where you saw a major buying pressure here. That's the video, folks. I really do appreciate all support. If you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, do me a favor, help me out and subscribe. I don't care about anything else. I want this channel to get back to where my last channel was. I was almost about to break 2,000 subscribers. So once again, if you appreciate all of this time, effort, and experience that I'm trying to pass on to you, just like, comment, subscribe. Besides that, enjoy the day. Love you guys.